Vaishravana is the name of a Buddhist deity that is found throughout Buddhism because it's first talked about in foundational Theravadan Buddhism as well as Mahayana and Vajrayana. You can find Vaishravana in Chinese Buddhism, Korean, Japanese. He belongs initially to a set of four figures who are called the four kings, or the four kings of the directions. And these are the cardinal directions. And we find that Vaishravana in Himalayan art is commonly found painted outside of a temple at the entrance, on both sides of the entrance. You have Vaishravana and you have the other three kings. All of them have king appearance in this form where they're representing protectors of the directions. And the directions here are really the four sides of Mount Meru, and they're looking outward. So now Vaishravana we have from this foundational Buddhism point of view, and we have him well represented in the Himalayas, Tibet, China, all over, Mongolia as well, as being guardians at the front of temples. But we also have a Vajrayana context for Vaishravana where he functions as a deity. And we have one main form, which is really the most popular, and that's Vaishravana riding a lion, and he has 8 attendants who are all male and riding horses and wearing different types of armor and holding various types of weapons. So this is the most popular based on art and based on documentation and texts, is the Vaishravana riding a lion. So right away we have these two figures that are Vaishravana, the same person, Vaishravana. And we also need to understand that he's a worldly god. He's not enlightened. He's not a Buddha. Some Buddhist traditions will say Vaishravana may not be a Buddha, but he's advanced to the 10th level of the Bodhisattva grounds. So this is debatable between different schools. Now, also we have many other forms of Vaishravana. I don't know in total how many there really are, but the Sakya tradition numbers them, and they say that they have 17 forms of Vaishravana that are passed down through the Sakya tradition. So this has to have gone into the Jonang and into the Gelug as well. Now, these other forms are different colors and they have different appearances. Some of them can be a more peaceful deity, others can be more Drala warrior appearance. Some are king and some are wrathful. So we have all these different types and different colors and different retinue figures. So it becomes quite complex and complicated. We also have in tantric theory, we have this concept of self-generation and front generation, and a number of these Vaishravana forms are front generation, whereas others are self-generation, which means that they may not actually be the entity Vaishravana, they may actually be the emanation of a Buddha that is taking on the attributes and characteristics of Vaishravana. We also have many forms, or many instances where the four guardian kings, including Vaishravana, are included in Mandalas. We find this especially with the Charya and the Yoga Tantras, where they're included. And then how they're understood, of course, relies on some tantric mental gymnastics as to understanding that they're actually worldly deities or they're emanations of the central deity, be it Vairochana or Manjushri, the center of the mandala. So Vaishravana is a very complex, it's a very complex subject because of the variety and also because we're dealing with different levels of deity, from worldly deity to wisdom deity. So I'll probably talk about Vaishravana some more later.